Welcome to week 14, the conference championship week of the BDE Sports Talk Pickem show. I am Bill, along with Dean and the returning Eddie.
Woo!
Glad to have you back.
Who wants it?
Uh,
That's dumb. But they want it. I could tell.
They missed you. So let's just get into it. Last week, not a great week for me as far as money line goes, but or not money line, the spread. Money line, I was 19-1. Puts me at 191-51 this season, 78.9%. Yeah. Yep. Louisville screwed me. Dean was 17-3. He's 190-53, 78.2. Eddie 18-2, 75.2%, 182-60 for this season. Eddie was the only one who hit his lock. He's now 8-5. What's that?
No surprise.
Yeah. Dean and Eddie are 8-5. That's 61.5%. I am 7-6 now at 53.8%. I went 8-12 against the spread over unders for 115, 117 and 4, 48.7%. Eddie went 9-10-1, 11-6, 111, 116 and 9 for 47%. Dean had 11-9 week.
Dang.
To be yep. For
oh, okay. Jeez, oh peace. Where was your lock?
It wasn't.
I got. You're shuffling some stuff.
I'm just. I got notes.
He is now 125, 107 and 5 for 52.7%, which is a great year as far as game really goes.
Yeah.
I had 35 points. That puts me at 448. Eddie had 40 points. That puts him at 438. Dean had 39 points. Puts him at 469.
Nice.
We're now 2-9 on the People's Parlay. Premium bets, we went 3-2. That puts us at 22, 20 and 2. That's 50%. So not too bad on those. And that gets us into conference championship week. 10 games on the old board and triple the points.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
No way Dean wins this. He goes 10-0.
No. What you got to do is just dub over his voice to the losers in the episode.
That's every pick.
Yeah.
Every pick. Miami of Ohio.
Yeah, it's just you just voicing over.
So, real quick, let's talk a couple games. First one is the MAC championship. Miami of Ohio 10-2 at Toledo 11-1. Toledo at this point right now is an 8-point favorite. Over under is 44. I'm just gonna come out and say it, and Toledo's gonna be the MAC champion. I do have Miami of Ohio covering though.
Sure.
I think it's gonna be a pretty close game. And but man, Toledo's a great team, you know. Not taking anything away from Miami of Ohio, but the reason why I took them to cover was they have covered 9 of their 12 games this year. So conference championship going to be close. Ford Field. I'm going to take Toledo, Miami of Ohio to cover. We'll go with Dean.
Yeah, no surprise. I took Toledo as well. But I also took the under on that game. Both teams have really good defenses, and like you said, I think it's going to be really close. Maybe even, I think it'll be under 44 points, so I think it'll be close. So I took Toledo in the under.
Yes. Eddie?
Yeah, I took the exact same. I took Toledo in the under. Toledo's gone under in 4 of the last 6. Miami of Ohio, 4 of the last 5. In their last 3 in a row have been under. And the last time they met up earlier in the season, they went under, and they were under 44 even that time. And I think the over under was a little higher for that game. So I really like the under in that game also with the Toledo victory.
Nice. All right. The other game we'll talk about is the Big Ten Championship. Number 2 Michigan, 12-0 at number 16 Iowa, 10-2. Iowa is it's not at Iowa, it's in Indy, but they have it at. Iowa is a 22-point underdog. Over under is 35, and we will go with Eddie.
Yeah, I mean, obviously Michigan's going to win. Like, that'd be crazy. That would be such an incredible upset. It wouldn't make sense. I mean, truly, and that's just not just hyperbole or whatever. It just wouldn't make sense. So Michigan, and I think the over. I think Michigan might score 35 on their own. I know Iowa's got a good defense and whatever, but I don't know, dude. I just don't see it, and I think they hit over 35 points. So Michigan in the over for me.
Nice. Dean?
I agree with Eddie on that one. Iowa's defense, I'm going to take a Michigan in the over. Iowa's defense is good, but they're just not good enough to really put a stomp at, like, to really stop Michigan from even just putting up like 28 points and then them score a touchdown or something. I think, like Eddie said, I think Michigan scoring 35 on their own is probably more likely than anything else. So I also took Michigan in the over.
Yeah, I might as well have. I took Michigan to win and cover. If this was a regular season game, I understand Iowa's 10-2, and Caden McNamara is giving them all the information, and yeah, he was like, "I'm giving the team everything I know for that other team," and if it was a regular season game, I probably would think that it would actually be the under, maybe. But this is not a look ahead game. This isn't a regular season game. This is the Big Ten Championship. So, and I'll talk more about that on the podcast. But so I got Michigan to win and cover at 22. You know, I understand it's a Big Ten Championship game, so Iowa may, cover that.
What was the score of the last Big Ten championship game with Michigan and Iowa? Wasn't it like incredibly a lot to a little?
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
I don't know how Iowa has 10 wins.
Well, I mean, I've taken the under for the last month.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I guess that's besides the point, right?
So, I mean, they've played Nebraska. They've played,
games where their defense could win it for them, pretty much.
Yeah. Pretty much, yeah.
So, all right. Well, let's just go over the board here. We'll start with Dean.
Okay. All right. Starting off, New Mexico versus Liberty.
Hey. Do you want me to just go first? Sorry.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah,
okay.
I was gonna say I can name them all up if you want. But.
No, I got you. Right. Yeah, I'll go first. Conference USA Championship, New Mexico State 9-4 at number 24. Liberty, sorry. Liberty 12-0. Liberty 10.5 point underdog.
Or favorite.
Yeah. Sorry. Over under is 55.5. I got Liberty winning, New Mexico State covering. New Mexico State is, I believe, like top 3, tied for the top as far as covering. They're 10-2-1. 10.5 points seems like a lot in the conference championship. I know Liberty's pretty good, but I'm gonna take on that. American Championship, SMU 10-2 playing number 22 Tulane 11-1. Tulane is a 3.5 point favorite, over under 47. I have Tulane and the under 47. Sun Belt Championship, Appalachian State playing Troy, who's 8-4, playing Troy 10-2. Troy's a 6-point favorite, over under 52.5. I took Troy in the under. And I don't know why I did that, but I did it. So next up, Mountain West Championship, Boise State 7-5, playing UNLV 9-3. UNLV is a 2.5-point underdog. Over under is 59. I have UNLV winning with the automatic cover. Now UNLV is another one, I believe, who has, they're tied for first in covers, and that's in the whole nation. So MAC championship we talked about. SEC championship, number 1 Georgia undefeated playing Alabama, number 8 Alabama 11-1. Alabama 5.5-point underdog, over under 54.5. I have Georgia winning and covering. ACC championship, number 14 Louisville 10-2, playing number 4 Florida State 12-0. Florida State 2.5-point favorite, over under 47.5. I actually have Louisville winning and covering. I took that as a little bit of a risk, just because I want to see. I think someone in this last week is gonna play themselves out of it. Louisville, they lost last week. I think this is a comeback game here in the ACC championship. Florida State, I don't even know if their backup's playing. He might be. I haven't looked. Louisville to win and cover. Pac-12 championship, Oregon, number 5 Oregon 11-1, playing number 3 Washington 12-0. Washington 9.5-point underdog, over under 66. I took Oregon to win the Pac-12, Washington to cover. So that is my board, and Dean, we will go with you next.
All right. Well, first game I took Liberty in the under. I took SMU to win and cover with the auto cover. I took App State to win with the auto cover. I took Boise to win and cover. Go 6. Might be a little bit of a stretch, but I took Alabama to win and cover. I took Texas to win, Oklahoma State to cover. I took Florida State to win and cover, and Oregon and the over.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you this, boys. We got no premium bets this week.
Ooh.
So, game 1, New Mexico State versus Liberty. I took Liberty to win with the New Mexico State cover. SMU Tulane. I took SMU to win plus cover. I guess that's the auto cover. App State versus Troy. I took Troy to win and cover that. Boise State UNLV. I took UNLV with the auto cover. Georgia Bama. I took Bama to win also, but the over. Oklahoma State Texas. I have Texas and them covering that. Louisville Florida State. I took Louisville to win with the auto cover along with Bill. Oregon Washington. I took Oregon to win, plus they're covering on that. I think they're playing as good or better than anybody in the country, so I could see them winning that.
Yeah, no, I agree. So, okay, man, Dean, you want to double point it up? Conference championship week. We got bowl week still, so
there's like a
lot of bowl games coming.
Yeah.
So let's double up these points as you know.
Let's double. I mean, we could triple the locks this week, I think, unless Dean gets it. For those in second and third.
For those.
Okay, so let's do our locks for the People's Parlay, and Eddie, you are first.
Okay, I love it. I'm taking our folks close to home in the MAC championship game. As I was talking about earlier, I like that game to hit the under. As I said previously, Toledo's at 4 of their last 6 under. Miami, Ohio, 4 of the last 5, with the last 3 in a row being under. And the last time they met, they scored under 44, and I think they'll do that again. So Miami, Ohio, Toledo, the MAC championship, it's the under.
All right. Dean.
I took. I went ahead and went with Oregon in the over. I think they're both high-powered offenses. They're both going to score a bunch of points. So I think 66 is a pretty attainable number for both of them. So Oregon in the over.
Okay.
Do we have to pick the money line on that too? Or is that Oregon and Washington with the over? Just the over in that game?
Just the over.
You got to take them both. Just to spice it up a little bit.
So I had 3, none of which I had with you guys. So originally I thought about going with UNLV plus 2.5, New Mexico State plus 10.5. Like I said, both of them are the top 2 teams in the nation to cover this year. But I'm going to go with my gut here, and I'm going to go with SMU Tulane under 47. And yes, the reason for that, if I can pull it up real quick, right here. Tulane has covered 2 times, has gone over 2 times this year, 2 and 10. Were they playing SMU?
Yeah.
So confident in my luck. SMU has covered half their games this year.
5 of their last 7.
5 of the last 7.
5 of the last 7.
You know what?
That's why I took that SMU. I feel like they're going to win this one and cover that.
You think
For those who
they're gonna
needed to hear me
over?
say it again.
Yeah, same. You needed to hear me say it again.
You know what? I'm switching it.
Oh,
New Mexico State plus 10.5.
Red alert. Red alert.
I kind of love that. I got to be honest. The New Mexico State, because of what you said, we both had NMST covering also.
All right. So for the People's Parlay, New Mexico State plus 10.5. Oregon, Washington over 66. Toledo, Miami of Ohio under 44, which comes out to plus 584. So I'm
making
pretty
that
confident.
money.
I feel pretty confident about that parlay, to be completely honest.
I feel good about my pick because I'm the only one who hit last week. You guys, I feel a little sketch. New Mexico State, you have good reasons. Oregon, Washington, I just feel like Dean's just pissing in the wind here, man. I don't know.
Mostly. I was going to pick Boise, so be happy I went with that instead.
Boise to cover?
Win and cover. You better believe it, buddy.
You're probably right, too, because you've been right more than we have. Bill and I both had UNLV winning and covering that.
Well,
That's why I didn't take it.
That's why?
Not part of it.
Because of that?
Well, that and I felt
you feel
Oregon
more confident
was more
about that
lock.
than the over?
No.
Oh, all right. I was going to say, then let's do it.
No. Yeah. I'm not trying to.
You've been right more than we have, so I'm like, hey, dude, if you really feel it, like, because I'm going to actually put money on the game. So if you really,
technically on
really
locks, you guys are the same.
Sure, on locks.
You guys are both.
Sure, I lost a couple on purpose to make Dean feel good, and now I regret it.
I should be champion. Wait till bowl week. So, all
Triple points.
Triple points. All right, everyone. Have a great conference championship weekend. Bet responsibly. Bet the parlay. Like, comment, subscribe, and we will see you next week. Pick 'em.